Willpower doesn't work. Hi, I'm Jody Lane, and I'm one of the co-founders of AMP, Accelerated Medical Practices. And if you're a hormone practitioner looking to build, grow, and excel in your clinic, then we're about to become best friends. You see, I know what it's like to work in a hormone clinic because before we started AMP, that's what I did. I spent almost a decade building a hormone clinic from $500,000 in revenue to $4.2 million in just 7 years. And it was incredibly fun. It was very rewarding, but I'm not gonna lie, it was really tough. So if you're a hormone clinic provider, I know exactly how you feel. I've been there. The long hours, the patients who need so much from you, the constant learning curve, the administrative headaches. Sometimes it feels like just too much. I mean, if you have ever thought to yourself, I don't know how much longer I can do this, trust me, you're not alone. I know what it feels like when this work starts to feel like just too much. I've been there, overwhelmed, exhausted, wondering if I could keep going. But I found a way through it. And today I want to share that with you. In this video, I'm going to tell you the one thing that made the biggest difference for me when I felt like quitting. Plus, I'm going to share the 5 strategies that I've coached other hormone providers on to help them push through the struggle and find their way back to feeling fulfilled and energized in their work. Most people say that when you're trying to reach a goal, you need to summon willpower to make it. But when willpower runs out, and trust me, it will, it's not grit that will keep you going. It's not just pushing through. It's something deeper. It's your why power. So Jody, you may be asking, what is why power? Well, I want you to think back to what started you on this journey. Maybe it was because you saw how hormone therapy changed someone's life. Maybe it was because you had your own health struggles and wanted to help others. Maybe it was because you believed there was a better way to take care of people than traditional medicine. Whatever your why is, I want you to stop and think about what it is, because that's your fuel. That's what gets you out of bed in the morning. Even when the paperwork is piling up and when a patient is super challenging and your staff is driving you absolutely crazy. See, according to most psychological scientists, willpower can be defined as the ability to delay gratification, resisting short-term temptations in order to meet your long-term goals. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound very enticing. It sounds like I'm going to suffer until I get to my result. And there are a ton of things that I really hate about that. But the biggest one is that in business, you're actually never done. You're always growing. You're always innovating. You're always pivoting to reach your goals. So if you stick with willpower alone, chances are you're going to suffer for as long as your clinic is in business. There is another way. Focus on your why to get yourself through. Here are my 5 simple strategies to use your why to get through some challenging times. First, revisit your core purpose. When the days feel long and the work feels heavy, come back to your why. Why did you choose to become a hormone provider? Why did you open that clinic? Think about the lives you're changing, the hope you're restoring, the mission that first lit a fire inside of you. When setbacks come, and they will, your why is what keeps you grounded. It's what lifts your head above the overwhelm and reminds you that this work isn't just a job. It's actually a calling. Next, connect your work to your goals. Every chart you review, every patient you see, every challenge you navigate, it all connects to something bigger. It's easy to get lost in the daily grind, but take a step back and remember, this is part of the journey towards the future you're building. Whether your goal is growing your practice or helping more patients or mastering your craft, each task moves you forward. Even on the hardest days, your work has purpose. Next, find strength in small wins. See, the big victories don't happen overnight. Progress is built in the small, everyday wins. The patient who finally feels like themselves again. The moment you help someone who's a complex patient. Or the day you navigate a challenge you once thought was impossible. Recognize and celebrate these moments. They're proof that you're moving forward, proof that what you're doing matters. And last, turn challenges into growth. The toughest moments in this work aren't roadblocks, they're lessons. Every setback, every hard case, every moment of doubt, it's all shaping you into a stronger, wiser provider. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Growth isn't always comfortable, but it's always worth it. And protect your mindset. This may sound a little hokey, but the way you think about your work shapes how you experience it. Stay focused on what you can control. When frustration creeps in, shift your perspective. Find the good, even in the tough moments. A positive mindset won't eliminate challenges, but it will give you the strength to rise above them. So when you feel like quitting, don't just dig deeper for willpower. That's a recipe for burnout. Instead, reconnect with your why. Write it down. Say it out loud. Put it on your office wall. When things get overwhelming, step back, take a breath, and remind yourself, this is why I'm doing this. This is who I help. And this is the impact I'm making. Here's the thing. Not everyone can do what you do. So as long as you're committed to your clinic, the work, it's not going away. But when you tap into your why power, the work, it just feels different. It feels meaningful. It fuels you instead of draining you. And who knows? You might just find yourself enjoying the journey again. Trust me, keep going. The world needs you. Your patients need you. And your why is stronger than any tough day you'll ever have. If this message spoke to you, please do me a favor and share it with another provider who needs to hear it. And remember, your why is your greatest strength.